Hey guys, today we are going to cover slope from a table, and I'm just going to forewarn you, I am recording this video at the end of the school day, so if Mr. Panter chimes in with dismissal, just know that I'll hit pause and start again. So just be patient if that happens a couple of times. All right, so our title for this one is Slope from a Table. And this will be page 18. So slope from a table on page 18. All right, so it's slope from a table, and you should be on page 18. So the first thing we're going to do is just draw a table. Okay, so I'm going to start with -3 and 14, 1 and 2, and 5 and 10. So as a reminder, when we were doing our points, you can think about these as points. We did y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. So we're going to do that same thing. We're going to label these. This is going to be point 1 and point 2. So here's my x1 and my y1, my x2 and my y2. Okay, so then I'm going to fill that in. y2 is 2 minus my y1 is 14 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so I just created points. These are XY points that are just put into a table. I'm going to grab my calculator. I have 2 minus 14. Okay, so I have 2 minus 14, and then on the bottom I'm going to put 1 minus. So I'm going to type in 1 minus -3. And notice that it went ahead and changed that to +3. And I get -3 as my slope. Okay, so my tables are going to work just like my points. I'm just going to label a couple points out of my table. Now, sometimes tables go this way, and that's okay. It doesn't really change anything. So I have -3, -17, 0, -5, 3, 7, and 5, 15. Okay, so that's what they look like. So I'm going to label a couple points. So I have 1 and 2. And then I'm going to fill in using my exact same formula. So here's my y2 and my y1, my x2 and my x1. Okay, so for y2, I have -5. So I have -5 minus -17 over, here are my x's, x2 and x1, 0 minus -3. Okay, so I'm going to use my calculator again. Alpha y equals, numerator over the denominator, -5 minus -17. You'll notice that it goes ahead and changes that as soon as I type minus a negative, over 0 minus -3, and my, okay, so you'll notice that my slope equals 4. So for this one, it's equal to 4. All right, so our next table example, we'll do another one going down. So we're going to have -15 and 21, -3 and 5, 6 and -7, 9 and -11. Okay, so I have my table. I'm going to identify 2 points, 1, 2, and technically you can use any of the points. It just kind of makes it a little less confusing if you use the first 2. So this is my y2 and my y1, x2, x1. So remember, we start with our y2. So y2 would be 5 minus y1 would be 21 over x2 is -3 minus x1 is -15. So again, I'm going to enter that into my calculator. So alpha y equals, numerator, denominator, 5 minus 21, down to the denominator, negative 3 minus, notice my minus is there, but as soon as I hit the negative, it's going to change that to a plus. Okay, so it still says minus, but as soon as I hit that negative, negative 15, it changes. And you'll notice that it gave it to me as a decimal. Remember, I really would like these as fractions, so I'm just going to tap on it, and I'll notice that it's negative 4/3. So my slope is negative 4/3. Now remember, if you're using the Chromebook calculator, you should be able to do your, sorry, let me get that to flip back. There we go. You should be able to do the alpha y equals, and you should be able to do this fraction to decimal right here. That should change it, but because the app lets you tap, it doesn't change it. Okay, so if you have any trouble with that, just let us know, but you should be able to change it. All right. You have 2 questions to answer at the end of the Nearpod video, and then you have an activity to finish in Canvas. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later.